Eddie White, Embers Nest podcast. In this one, obviously a tough loss to the Indy Ignite. In a few days here, you've lost to Indianapolis as well as the next team that was right ahead of you in the standings. How hard is it going to be to catch them now?
We still have 11, 10 games left, so it's a long season and anything can happen. We saw that last year with a lot of teams at the bottom and working their way up to playoffs. We just really have to focus and look at our goal and try to obtain that every time we're out on the court.
In this one, you hit 389 on 18 swings. Carly Snyder hit 371 on 35 swings. So offensively, a good outing from a lot of different players, but Indy hit 405. I guess what did they do offensively that made it difficult in this one?
I think they just kind of kept their offense pretty spread out. I know Azani Taylor is an incredible attacker, so we were really focused on her, and they had Carly Scott out there and we hadn't seen a lot of Carly, so I think it took us a little bit to adjust, and I think if we had adjusted a little sooner, then maybe the game could have been different, but I think we struggled a little bit on defense.
France Duxbury, Arsenal Central, and overall, what do you think about the team's performance today?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things to look at. I thought we served really tough. Our offense obviously was really great, and it's cool that August and Cam can both come in and run a really efficient offense. And it's cool to see contributions from a lot of different people in there. We just need to capitalize on opportunities that we have throughout the game.
In this one, Coach George talked with the team for quite a while at the court there after the match. What can you share about kind of what the message was there?
Yeah, the message was kind of just letting it go and coming back in the gym and ready to work hard and focus on our next opponent. There's really no sense in taking this and focusing on it for the rest of the week when we have a really good opponent coming up on Thursday, I think. So just coming in ready to work. I know we got some defensive work that we need to do.
In this one, obviously, Grand Rapids comes up short, losing 3-1 to the Indy Ignite. What do you think the difference was in this one?
Yeah, I think we talk about it a lot. It's just a couple points that we could have cleaned up, like the chaos balls. I think also our defense could have been better more throughout the game. I thought we had some good clutch digs, but it should have been better throughout the whole game.
How would you rate your individual performance in this one?
That's a good question. I think it was okay. I think I could have played a bigger role on defense. I think serve receive was okay. I think I could have taken more balls from my hitters and let them go hit. But I think overall it was decent, but I always think it's decent. I always want to do more.
In this one, statistically, you had, I think it was around a 60% good pass rating to go along with 6 digs and 2 assists. How does good passing make the offense go? I think sometimes people think of the libero as like a defensive specialist, but how does the passing help the offense?
Yeah, passing's definitely a big focus of a libero and a focus of mine. I think that it just gives our setter more opportunities to set whoever she wants. It kind of holds the blockers on the other team a little bit more, and we have more variety in our offense, which I think is when we do really well is when we have different options and everyone's contributing.
Obviously, we would be in Princess Day. It seemed like a lot of kids were in the stands. They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did you feel all the fans cheering the team on?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of fans today, which is really exciting. It's a lot louder in here, which we love. I think one thing we really want to do is make some good plays so that we can get the crowd going, and we really appreciate their attendance and their support. But we want to just play better for them, honestly.
This is your rookie year, and obviously you're over halfway into your rookie season in the PVF. What have you learned throughout that maybe you didn't know coming into your rookie season?
Yeah, I think one thing in the PVF is there's just a lot of good players. I think there's a lot of good players on the bench even, and so when a player's not doing well, someone comes in and it's still a threat. They're still attacking really well, they're passing really well. So I think overall it's just you always have to be on your A game, you always have to be ready for a good fight and a good game.
In this one, you fall to the Indy Ignite 3-1, but Grand Rapids did do better offensively in this one. Hit 287 as a team. You hit 457. Maren Grote 667. Ali Bastianelli 389. What was working today offensively?
Yeah, I think that we did a pretty good job passing the ball. They're a pretty aggressive serving team, so we took a few aces. But overall, I think that we had a reasonably good pass to try to give us an option. I think that our middles did a really good job being available. It helps everybody. It helps the pins, helps Paige and I out there on the left side. had a few different people play right side for us tonight. All of them did a good job, and yeah.
In this one, the Indy Ignite do hit 405, a bit of an outlier given Grand Rapids' defensive performances this season. What were they able to do offensively to hit at such a high rate?
Yeah, I think that they did a really good job using our block and mixing up their shots. We hadn't seen Carly Scott play, so we didn't really have much film on her. I think that was pretty much used to her advantage for most of the match. You know, we were kind of on our heels a bit, trying to figure out she was mixing up her shots. And Anna DeBeer also, we don't have a ton of film on her, but she's been playing really well after her ankle injury. So I think specifically their left pins really move the ball around well. And Azani she's always a force to be reckoned with. She hits the ball really hard. I don't know what we kept her to tonight, but I feel like anything less than 25 points from her is a win for the other team. So she's just a really great player and someone you always have to think of from row back row. That's tough.
So overall, what do you think about the fans on Princess Day? The girls are cheering you guys like crazy.
That was so cute. That was so cute. The little girls, little boys in the stands. Boys can like princesses too, of course. So it was really, really adorable. And it was nice to see a lot of families out at the game and just give something. Volleyball is so fun and it's a spectacle in itself, but to give the families just an extra reason to come out and see that this is sports and entertainment and something you can do with your family is really great.
Thank you.
The lineup in this one has been the exact same all of March with the exception of the opposite, which had switched when Nia Schmay came back from injury. What do you like about playing with this lineup that Grand Rapids is using this month?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of depth on our bench. So there's a lot of things that we see in practice that we didn't get to see for the beginning of season. Paige is one of those factors. When she was on the B side, she was always killing the A side in practice, so it's really fun to get to pass next to her. She's a really aggressive passer. I think that we do a pretty good job no matter who plays what, having a lot of trust. And we know just because someone doesn't start doesn't mean that someone is better than you that day or whatever. We have a lot of different options. I love playing with everybody, and specifically it's fun to pass next to Paige because she takes half the court, so it makes my life a lot easier.
In this one as well, I guess the final question for me here. Grand Rapids did have 10 service errors. The Ignite had 9, so it wasn't a huge disparity, but how do you clean things up at the service line?
Yeah, I think finding a serve that is both aggressive and inbounds is like one of the things that a lot of volleyball players across all ages spend a lot of time working on. I think we can go back to the basics, work on hand contact. I know me, for a topspin server, I really try to be aggressive, so it's kind of hard to strike that balance. Some days you make a few more errors than others, and I hate making service errors. That's something I really don't like doing to my team, but I do think that just, service is the only thing that it's just you and the ball. So going back to the basics, centering yourself and finding an aggressive serve that makes some work and is in bounds.
Sure. Any final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I know that our team can come up with a few more points in each set to win some of these close games, and we've been fighting in every match we've been in, so I know we're going to come up with a few wins in that situation against Indy the next time we play them. So yeah, just got to keep practicing, keep working. Thanks for supporting us.
In this one, it was a much higher attendance than some other matches throughout the season. What would you say about the crowd today?
Crowd was fantastic. It's been one of the first Saturdays we've had. We've been really having a lot of midweek games, and so we were excited to get here on a Saturday and a weekend. And the crowd came out. It was awesome. So we really appreciated everything everybody did for us.
Overall thoughts on the team's performance?
I thought we ebbed and flowed a little bit, and I think we did some really good things. Azaria Taylor is a great player in our league, and we held her down a little bit, and as their number one attacker, she had 31 kills the other day, and so I thought we did a good job. Neutralizing her a little bit, but at the expense of the outsides having a very big night. And I think we didn't handle it from the right side of the court as well, and needed to maybe be a little bit better court defense. I thought needed to be picked up a little bit, but I thought we passed really well. Our serve reception was really high. The percentages we were passing in like 60-70% good ball, and we just needed to be more terminal today.
Yeah, we had your libero in here, and I think it was the first time that she's done a post-game interview.
Yeah.
What do you think about her performance today and then overall this season so
You know,
far?
Lena has a calm about her, and she's just very clean with what she does, and so she doesn't do a lot of excess stuff, and she's very calming for our team. I think that you know, a lot of people will hit away from her and not give her as many opportunities to pass or to dig and that type of thing, and so that's what a lot of teams will do, is kind of try to go away from those liberos.
Your other players who were in here for the post game, we're talking about Carly Scott and Anna DeBeer as maybe some surprises, or at least players who hit well when they were able to hold Teeler down.
Carly Scott has not played most of the year, so that's probably why. Like, she had a really good year, and you know, they had these other people, Kachuk and you know, Lekator, who went out, but with that, you know, they've been playing Nina with, you know, throughout the year, and she's been having a lot of play time when they had injuries. So we were a little surprised to see Carly, but you know, knew that it was a possibility, and she just really had a great match and did a good job with our block.
Indy did make liberal use of substitutions throughout this match. How, if at all, does that change your strategy?
I don't think those were big matchup changes for us. The ones that they do, those are definitely things that they use most of the time. So it was things that we didn't anticipate.
You play a lot of players in this one, especially a lot of players coming in off the bench. But the starting lineup has been the exact same all of March, with the exception of the opposite when Shanae came back from injury. What do you like about your starting lineup?
Well, there's certain factors always. I think that we're really, you know, we really have niche players, and I mean, meaning that they're close together, and so we can kind of go in and out with different players at different times based on the needs of what we want to do offensively or defensively. And so, you know, we saw that. You know, we see Erica has been able to play both right and left, and so choosing where to use her is sometimes what we want to do. But she's, you know, she's really had good nights in both areas, and so trying to figure out still, you know, what is our best course of action, and you know, just so that we can get on this roll, because we've got to get on a roll here, and so we're so thankful. We are going back to practice. We have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, a shortened one on Tuesday, but we have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you know, to get ready for our next opponent. We haven't had 3 days in I don't know how long. It's like not happened. And so we're really excited to get back to kind of like getting after it and really being able to practice where you're not wearing them out, and, you know, where it's not like game day the next day and you got to keep them fresh and what have you. So we're encouraged by that, and using that opportunity for us to kind of grow and get, you know, a little bit cleaner in some areas of the game.